Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome. You must be here for Extinction Rebellion. Well, rest assured, you're in the right place. You must know a little bit about Extinction Rebellion if you're here already, but here's some information that might be helpful to know. We're a game-changing environmental organization. This is because we're using mass mobilization and disruptive civil disobedience to force our governments to act now to prevent the complete breakdown of Earth's natural life support systems. This isn't just a movement here in the United States. It didn't even start here. It started over in the UK and is a global organization. We're here to bring about change so that human civilization as we know it does not come to an end. Here's just a little bit about why I, Robyn, joined Extinction Rebellion. I just know that I love humans in general, and I think that we're all generally good at heart. And so I just want to be able to say that I did everything I could because I couldn't ignore it anymore. And I knew deep down in my heart that if I didn't do anything, if I personally did not take action in some sort of way, and as an addict, taking action is the only way to resolve my internal issues. And so I think being able to take action for this movement in this very real sort of hardcore way is really great. And so I'm lucky to be able to spend a lot of my time doing this, but I know a lot of people don't have so much time. And so I just also think it's great, like, you can give whatever sort of time you need. And it really just, like, even just saying that, my body relaxed, because I was like, I've got a big job to do, but if I weren't up for it, I know that there would still be some place for me in this movement. So I think if you're wanting to have a future, I think Extinction Rebellion is the way to do that. Extinction Rebellion America has 4 demands. The first demand is to tell the truth and act like it's real, because the government and the media have not been doing such. The second demand is to act now. What we mean by that is we need to halt biodiversity loss and come to net zero carbon emissions by 2025. What a huge task. The third demand is having a citizens' assembly, essentially gathering people the way that a jury would be gathered, that represents the population of that city, of the town, of the United States, to help review the literature that has been put out by scientists for decades, so that we can recommend to the government what would be useful for our own communities. And the fourth demand is one people, one planet, one future. We need to bring about global net zero emissions by 2030, as well as planetary repair. We understand that we in America have a lot of power, and so we need to do whatever we can to help Black, Indigenous, people of color, because we know that they are going to be the first ones affected by this crisis. This is an all hands on deck situation, and anyone can enact in the name of Extinction Rebellion as long as they follow our principles and values, which can be found over at xramerica.org. XR America's long-term goal is to head to DC by spring of 2021 with at least 1 million people and at least 50,000 of those people willing to be arrested. We want to disrupt DC in such a way that has never been seen before, and will force the government to declare a state of emergency. In the meantime, we're starting chapters all over the country. Once enough people have been recruited in each state, they will all head to their state capitals and occupy it for a few days, in hopes to recruit more people for our large DC disruption, and to get the governors in each state to realize that we mean business. But how will XRA achieve such a drastic goal in such a short amount of time? I'm glad you asked. XR America is a movement of movements. This means we're just here to force our governments to the bargaining table as soon as possible. We need help with all the other details surrounding change in regards to the climate crisis. We count on other groups or organizations to develop and lobby for positive legislation, to encourage people to make positive lifestyle changes, to plant trees and create gardens, and so much more. Here at XR America, our twin tasks are actions and mobilization. If you're wanting to help encourage people to make those positive lifestyle changes that I just mentioned, you're gonna have to go somewhere else. The reason why we only focus on these two tasks is to keep things simple. If you overcomplicate things, then that will lead to confusion, conflict, and lack of action. And we're trying to accomplish a big goal. What is an action, you may ask yourself? An action is just another term for nonviolent civil disobedience or nonviolent direct action. It's anything that is massively disruptive and breaks the law, but it can be as creative as you want. People do die-ins where they go to public facilities and they just lay there and they have other people handing out flyers that are like, this could be you if we don't fix the climate crisis and act now. Or you could glue yourself to government buildings, either blocking the politicians from going in and doing their politician people things, or you could do a festival in the streets without any permits. As long as people were standing directly in the road, which is apparently illegal, that's a nonviolent civil disobedience. You could also do a roadblock. Here is an example of a roadblock. Actions / nonviolent civil disobedience / nonviolent direct actions, they help to ensure people to join this movement. But mobilization is another way to do just that. There are 8 methods of mobilization. You've got your heading for extinction talk. You've got rebel ringing, which essentially means calling people on the phone who have signed up or showed interest in Extinction Rebellion and just letting them know about the events that are going on near them or how to join a chapter. You could have a house meeting with someone who you know is interested but didn't really want to go to a public meeting, and so they just have a little intimate gathering at their house with their closest friends and family. Or you could do door knocking. You could just go on up to people's doors. Obviously during COVID times, you gotta wear your masks and your gloves and you gotta stand 6 feet apart, but you just go up to people's doors and be like, hey, have you heard about Extinction Rebellion? Or, hey, do you have a second to talk to me about the climate crisis? How are you doing today? You know, just be friendly. You'll learn more about that when you join. You could also do tabling or leafletting. That essentially means you just go to a corner or any place that is going to have a heavy amount of traffic, like a farmer's market. You set up your table, you got a video playing, you got your flyers you can pass out, you got a nice fancy banner across your table, and you just, what I did is I shouted environmental facts at people. They're like, did you know this? Here's this flyer. This is what Extinction Rebellion is doing, and this is how you can reach us. Essentially, that's tabling. You could also do social media outreach. You seem pretty popular. You probably got about 500 friends on Facebook. What you can do is you can just reach out to all of them, invite them to all the things, pretty much just spam your Facebook friends because the climate crisis is an emergency and we need everybody. You could also do fly posting. We've got a bunch of different flyers floating out there around on the internet from Extinction Rebellion all over the globe. You can either take one of those flyers or create one of your own flyers. This is an example. And you just post them all over your town. Ooh, what does this say? We're all nearly totally fucked? Oh my god, what? XR America? What is XR America? What does this one say? Oh no, it does. Oh my god, carbon emissions have doubled in the last 30 years? Oh wow, and they continue to rise? What the heck? Every year it gets worse. Whoa! We are sleepwalking into a catastrophe? The banks know this and they still invest in fossil fuels. Government knows this, and despite obvious solutions, they do nothing to stop the destruction of our future. We must turn this around. Will you join us? If you have your contact information at the bottom, the people will get in touch if they're interested, and you can hopefully start a chapter in that neighborhood. And the last thing you can do is marches and rallies. If you have a march on, let's just say, the last Saturday of every month, people will start to get the hang of it, and they'll know, like, oh, we see these people down here every Saturday. What are they protesting? What are they doing here? What are these people talking about here at this rally? If you do that, you're sure to get people interested in Extinction Rebellion. Well, I hope that you have learned a lot from this video and that it has inspired you to take action with Extinction Rebellion America and the movement that is sweeping the globe, that is Extinction Rebellion. You can go to xramerica.org to find out more information about our organization, what you can do to be a part of our organization, and to donate if that's what you can do right now. Thank you so much for watching, and with maximum love and maximum disruption, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.